It's always good ending on the D, isn't it?
It's always the best. Right. Welcome back, everybody. It's a big day today because this very day, Fender are making a hat trick of the Acoustasonics. First we had the Tele, then we had the Strat, and now possibly the coolest one of the three, I don't know, but it's the Jazzmaster's turn for a little bit of a Acoustasonic love.
You say Jazzmaster, is it a Jaguar then? Or is it a Jazzmaster? Because it's the same shape.
Perhaps it's a Jagmeyer.
A Jagmaster. A Master Jag.
So, I guess you may be familiar with videos that have been done on Acoustasonic guitars in the past, not least the epic first one that we ever did with Pete, where that sort of someone up above just went, here's a loop for you,
Slungy-oing.
and like a million people watched that.
Yeah,
so,
that was,
but I thought this time round, what would be fun is to head on over to sunny California, where Brian, the chief designer of the Acoustasonic range, is going to tell us a little bit of the background of these fine and dandy guitars. And then when we come back, we'll take you through some tones and talk about colors and feels and all that kind of stuff. But hey ho, Brian, are you there?
Thanks for having me.
Good. Well, look, I had a couple of questions. So, Brian, you're the man behind both the Taylor T5 and the Fender Acoustasonic line. So what are the biggest challenges that you've faced that you've had to overcome, to create a truly sort of dual purpose electric and acoustic guitar?
I think the biggest challenge is winning over the naysayers, right? And we live in a world where people say, oh, that can't be done. Or they say, it's been done before, those don't work. And so to do something that really is as remarkable as the Acoustasonic line, I just think it was I just love the expression that it's impossible, so it might take us a little longer. So, you just get brave and say, I'm going to ignore the people that want it to fail, and you go for it. So I think that's a good challenge to me. Well, it's like, okay, let's put together a team of people that aren't afraid to dream and that aren't afraid to think outside of the box. And that's kind of cliche, but the truth is you have to be free to dream. And once you're free, then anything is possible.
So Brian, my second question is on a sort of a functional level. Can you run us through the differences between the Jazzmaster Acoustasonic and the previous Strat and Tele Acoustasonics?
Sure, no problem. The first thing that's obvious is there's more physical size. The top is larger, so there's more energy coming off of this guitar in general. That gave us more information to work with. So as it's vibrating and it's doing its thing, it allowed us to go in all the new places that this particular guitar goes. The other thing was having the Tim Shaw humbucker on this guitar allowed us to bring the rowdy. I think the Tele did what it was supposed to do, and you go, okay, that's a Tele. It does the Americana, and that kind of thing. The Strat had a more pop sensibility to it, and we wanted the Jazzmaster to be alternative, true to its roots, and to have the more rowdy acoustic sounds and the more rowdy electric sounds. And so I hope you've discovered that, and that was actually a fun part to build into it.
No, well, I thank you very much for shedding a bit of light on there. Pete and I are having a lot of fun in our video that we're doing it, and I think we're both agreeing that the Jazzmaster might be our favourite one yet, which is probably a lot to do with as you say, that bigger body size. But look, have a wonderful rest of the day. I hope to see all you lovely people in California at some point this year. But yeah, take care, and thank you very much, Brian from Fender.
Thank you, guys. Have fun.
Thank you very much, Brian. But before you go, could you?
He's gone.
He's gone. I mean, if he he should have just have asked you guys to like and subscribe the video, of course.
He would have.
He would have.
He would
I'm
have.
sure he would have.
It was in his contract. But anyway, so Pete.
Yes, darling.
Now, thank you very much, Brian, for that lovely
you, Brian.
explanation, for spending some time with us. Let's literally go through the 5 positions now on the guitar.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a Thunderbird style countdown because
Yes.
position 5 is this way and position 1 is that way. So we're going to start in position 5.
Yeah.
5.
Now, each setting, each one of the pickup settings has 2 voices with this second control wound all the way off as if you were rolling your tone off. That's
Down.
position A. And with it wound all the way up, that's position B.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So all the way that way is A. Yes?
A.
Okay.
Correct.
A.
so position A
Yeah.
on switch 5 is a spruce top Rosewood back and side Dreadnought, possibly the most famous acoustic guitar of all time. It's, I suppose, you know,
D28.
something like a Martin D28 would be a classic example of a spruce top Rosewood back and side
Yeah.
Dreadnought.
And you want a G chord, of course you do. I mean, it
Beautiful
sounds great,
big
doesn't
bottom
it?
end. Anyway, the next position,
So that's all the way that way.
all the way up now
Yeah.
to move to position B, is a sloped shoulder Dreadnought. And if you're not familiar with that kind of terminology, that's how we refer to the sort of shoulders on something like a Gibson J45, where they're a little bit more sloped as opposed
Yeah.
to square.
Yeah.
Oh, the surprise chord.
Whoa.
That's
So
lovely.
that's nice. So let me just try to blend those two.
That was beautifully demonstrated.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Well,
just demonstrate
because
that you
again,
can blend.
because these are essentially sort of digital IR sort of reproductions of those real acoustic tones. Of course, there isn't just a an A/B option here. It's anywhere in between on this control will give you a sort of an infinite blend of those two models. So position 4.
Yes.
4.
All the way down for A is a spruce top mahogany backed jumbo.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. What's a jumbo when it's not a Dreadnought? Is a
Well, there is
jumbo
a
Dreadnought?
J40. There's a Martin Jumbo, isn't
Right.
there?
But we're not
which
talking
could be.
about a super jumbo like a Gibson super jumbo.
Well, it could be a Taylor of some sort, couldn't it? Or could
Who
be-
knows?
Who knows?
Anyway,
let's
so
just see what it sounds like.
spruce top mahogany back inside. Just go from, without changing the A-B-ness, go
So
back
it's-
to position 5, because that's like a Rosewood back and sides, and it'd be interesting to see if it's noticeably deeper and warmer.
I prefer
Yeah.
the Rosewood.
Yeah,
It's nicer,
well, so that's-
deeper and warmer.
Anyway, so
it's always
position
nice.
4B,
So that's up like that.
class 4B, is an all mahogany folk guitar. So that's one of Pete's favourite actual
Yeah, it's
guitars,
like a
isn't it?
I've got an 015. It could be an 015, triple 015, double 015. It sounds beautiful, doesn't it?
It's a lovely finger picky guitar.
It's a lovely
that one,
finger
isn't
picking
it?
guitar. Sounds beautiful.
That is beautiful. That's beautiful. Right, position 3. You're right.
Position 3? Yeah.
Cool. Position 3 is a spruce top, rosewood back and side, Auditorium. So now I suppose Taylor have made that kind of grand auditorium shape super popular over the last 20 odd years. So this would be something, I guess, like, what's the rosewood one? Did I say Rosewood? 814?
Yeah, an 814. Something like that.
something
Has
like
it got V-bracing this though? Or I don't know.
It's got IR V-bracing.
Yeah. Oh, we have to stop playing those songs. I'm back. I like that. That's nice. So that should be sort of a. So we're saying all the way down, and that was all the way up. That was the. Was that the Rosewood?
A or B are you in now?
So I'm on A.
5A is spruce, rosewood, dreadnought. So
yeah. So
D28
those two
vibe.
should is. Position 3.
Very similar sound, but it's just a slightly smaller body shape on the third position, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 3B is now where Pete started doing the whole flippy flappy tappy thing, because you've now got the body sensor working.
I don't know.
Make up some lyrics about an Irish girl that you kissed once, and immediately
and you got a hit on your hands.
Okay, so position 2, we're now moving.
Before you do that, sorry, could I just blend those two? Because
of course. It's almost like a volume control for the body sensor,
this is kind
isn't
of.
it?
I like that a lot. Anyway, I love that about these guitars. So
now we're moving on to position 2A. So 2A, now this is pretty cool, right? So 2A is the Piezo pickup. So, it's pretty traditional tech in electroacoustic guitars. But now we're not modeling anything. It's just literally how this Jazzmaster Acoustasonic works as an acoustic guitar.
Okay.
So it just is what this is.
There's nothing lo-fi about that. That's supposed to be. Is that just a?
I think
that's
great. Testament to. I think it would be easy to look at the Acoustasonic, and this is the Strat Tele or the Jazzmaster, the range, and almost kind of go, it's just a bit sort of like a gimmicky way of like making sort of like a electroacoustic in the shape of a classic electric guitar.
Yeah.
But I think when you hear that, Piezo pickup, and that is, that to me does not sound any really like worse than if you just took a proper acoustic guitar and heard the Piezo pickup on it.
Here you go. So let me just go to
loads
the
of bass end.
all the way down. They go all the way up to that one, which is the Rosewood. I like that.
It's actually got the most natural bass end on it, almost, so far.
And I think that's probably a good thing to have if you've got an amp. Did you want to color a little bit with some stuff in it, you know?
I'm super
impressed.
I mean,
I was like, is that right?
That's actually one of my favourite sounds so far.
Have a listen to that. Here you go.
Fair play, Fender.
Fair play, so that's good. Okay,
so B, now we're moving over to some of the simulated, sort of overdriven, more electrically. Well, I say, do you know what? This is still a Piezo pickup, but now with distortion on it. So this is like those rare acoustic guitar players that probably do put their acoustic through an electric guitar amplifier.
Or a pedal.
Yeah, or wind a bit of gain in or whatever. But again, remember, none of the effects are coming from pedals or amps or anything.
Just
everything's happening in the guitar.
Yeah, you can hear that. I'm going for the tone control, which is not there, you know. It's fun.
It's really cool.
It's fun. It's inspirational because it's different from anything else.
There's very few guitar players, I think, that play acoustic guitar with distortion. But it's kind of cool.
Mike Dawes does some
Mike
stuff
has a drive pedal on his board, and I'm trying to think. There's that dude, Tim Armstrong.
There's definitely a few.
But hey,
I've done some videos on it as well.
So
here we go.
Into position 1. And this is basically where now A is a sort of a fat, semi-clean electric guitar, and B is an overdriven electric guitar. So now we're back into the realms of this sort of IR, digital emulated sort of tone.
Digital.
And we are digital. And we're using a combination of the Tim Shaw humbucker and all the other goodness inside the guitar to now create some pure electric guitar tones. But don't forget, we're still plugged into an acoustic guitar amplifier. You're still hearing a DI sort of tone. So, you know, we're not using pedals. But that should be made
for that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's
because you don't want to
designed
have to switch guitar amplifier when you want to, you know, have a different tone. You just want to be able to, or do you? I don't know. It's not specific about which electric guitar it's going to be. I would have thought they'd sort of, you know, try and go for a Jazzmaster, but I don't think they have. I think it's a sort of a generic.
I don't think it's a Jazzmaster.
No, I don't think it's a Jazzmaster.
No.
But anyway, and then finally, position B, all the way up, now has gain.
I can hear it.
Yeah, here we go, with authentic hum and everything.
It's so strange, isn't it? It's
so cool. I mean, I see this.
We do it every time, isn't it?
Every time I cut. Well, yeah, you're right. At the end, you sort of. I don't know that I necessarily. Well, let's go through the different applications and the pros and the cons. So I suppose the application that everybody should be able to relate to will just be the messing around at home application. It's kind of loud enough you can hear it, almost like a semi-acoustic, like a 335 or something.
It's
it
louder
kind of
than that.
feels and plays like an electric guitar. So you could sit on the sofa, have a little noodle around.
Yeah.
You could put thinner strings. You could stick with a plain third if you really want to.
You could put electric strings on it. You did that. I wouldn't put electric strings on it. I would maybe tens on it.
So I could kind of see this as a sort of a sit-at-home noodle around. You've got plug-in stuff if you want to, but I could kind of see that. Then you look as a studio tool, and I kind of feel that's probably where, if you really wanted to lay down the best acoustic track that you possibly could, the inclination would be to go, I'll get my D28, whatever it is, and I'll use a nice microphone in front of it. And I get... But there was a really cool video that I kind of wish Andertons had done from maybe 2 years ago.
Oh yes, I remember that one, yeah.
A dude is sitting there playing in his studio, his mocked up studio, and he's got a big mic and he's got his D28 or whatever the guitar was, and he's going to, and you're thinking, that sounds amazing, man. I wonder where this video's going. And then it literally does this fade into what he's actually playing, which was an Acoustasonic. Yeah. And it was a really interesting kind of like, wow, my eyes totally are telling my brain.
Yeah, but that's something. Sometimes you listen with your eyes. I've said that before. Because you look at something and go, that can't be like that. And then if you see a pedal that looks good compared to a pedal that looks really bad, you get the one that looks good, but then you plug it in. It's like, oh, hang on, that's not what I... So I mean, for live tool, if I was going on tour again and I had a lot of gigs and it was like acoustic stuff, I can see this as an absolutely godsend, because there's no feedback, one. Because you don't get any feedback on it. You can have this in the tour bus on the backstage and practice with it, and then you don't necessarily need the electric stuff unless you are walking out somewhere on the stage, and you have to sort of do a little. Otherwise, it's absolutely perfect for a live environment.
And again, I kind of think to myself,
depending on what music you do, of course.
I think live for me is where I just see this as such a killer product, because I think, imagine if you're the singer that plays guitar. And you just want to be able to very, very quickly, depending on the song that you're doing, just be able to go, right, this next song's an acoustic kind of track, or rather the rhythm guitar part is acoustic. This next song, I want a little bit more of dirt on there. And you just do the whole gig. The only reason to change is so that you can have a different colour one for the different song that you have.
A different shape.
Yeah,
I might not see like Sheryl Crow or Dolly Parton in one of these, because there's a country
Dolly,
Nashville.
1,000,000% would use one of these, but only if it was covered in Swarovski crystals. I get what you mean.
She's more flowery girl. You know what I mean? It's that there's a Nashville. There's a pop application for what I did in a boy band and a girl band, where you had a guitar player in the background, where all you need is just to strum a few things, and the sound guy just need a clean signal.
Yeah.
This is perfect for that. Maybe not. It depends. If there's violin, if it's very sort of intimate and acoustic, then maybe not. Because you want some more. But
really, when you're in the front of house at Wembley Arena or whatever.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Is anyone going to be able to tell that this isn't a real acoustic?
It depends on the band. If it's Sheryl Crow and she wants to play, and the band is all playing vintage gear and all sorts of stuff, maybe not so much. But for any. I mean, I would absolutely rock one of these if I had to go on tour again with a pop act.
I genuinely, I really love the Telecaster shape.
Yeah.
And and it was super, super popular. I still kind of wasn't sure that the Strat shape really did it for me. Although, I've got to be honest with you, based on how many we sold last year, the Strat was more popular than the Tele. But I've got to be honest with you, there's something about the fact that Jazzmaster is the bigger body.
It sounds there's a little bit more. We should do a shootout with all three of them.
That's another video for another day. But I wouldn't know. It's really weird, because on electric guitars, I would definitely not consider myself drawn to a Jazzmaster over a Strat and a Tele. No. But on this Acoustasonic thing,
the shape is great, isn't it?
I'm really digging it, and
it's a great shape.
I like some of the new colours. I mean, you've got a couple of colours here that have been done in previous models, and then you've got some colours that are new.
Yeah.
These, by the way, are all the colours currently in the range. So you've got the blue, the sunburst, the natural, the sort of slate grey, and the white.
Olympic white.
I'd love to see I bet you the white one ends up being popular live because of all the colours. Hopefully it'll pick up off of the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Beautiful gig bag.
Yeah, one of the pro gig bags here, which is just great. I still wish on the Strat that they put that tone control on it.
You still want a tone control,
I would
don't you?
love to have a tone control. Maybe not
Brian,
super lot, but, and you know.
Can you do a Pete custom model in purple with a tone control?
But you know that it's right there. It's a 3-piece thing, and there was a Strat, and on the back one. Anyway, whatever. That's just
we didn't talk about. So it's a rechargeable battery in here, so you get hundreds of hours of life out of this, and then you just use a little. Oh no, Pete! It's a USB micro.
Oh, that's fine.
We have USB wars here on Andertons where we moan about everything the fact that USB can't have one standard connection.
We get sent so many stuff and there's always a different USB.
Well, look, I mean...
I like them. Playing-wise, we didn't talk about how they play. It feels like an electric guitar to play. I mean, that's why they're delicious to play.
It's absolutely got a Strat profile neck on it. Absolutely Strat profile, but in this beautiful satin mahogany kind of finish.
It's a lovely neck, isn't it?
Super slidey, almost like a relic Strat, isn't it? The way it feels on the back of the neck.
A little bit of a cutaway here. Slam-a-lam-a-ding-dong.
I've enjoyed this, Mr. Pete.
Yeah, man.
And I hope you have too. There you go.
I'm going to go poke this with a stick.
Poke it with a stick.
It's a real hole.
And then dive on over to CarWow and check out the latest used car prices or something. Isn't that what they do on there? I don't know. Should we just have a drag race?
They do drag races, we throw a Jazzmaster shape, a Telecaster shape, and a Strat shape.
Everyone from everywhere outside of the UK is going to be going, what are they talking about? And no, before you ask, we've not been paid anything by CarWow to mention them.
No.
We just enjoy their YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Price-wise and availability-wise, by some stroke of unbelievable organisation, these are actually in stock now. So you can dive on over to the Andertons website and bag one if you want to. Links are below. And price-wise, again, you'll have to go to the Andertons website. They are a little bit more expensive than the Strats and the Teles, but not by much. So anyway, I'll leave it with that. And you can, if you're just going, I still don't know how much that is, Mr. Anderton, then, it's a click away, just literally down there.
Google it your phone.
Okay. Right, see you in another video. Shall we jam out, Mr. Pete?
Let's do it, man.
Okay, au revoir.